The Northern Agricultural Catchments Council has developed this video to help guide your revegetation events. This video will cover preparations before, during and after the event. NACC has developed a user-friendly revegetation site plan that will help you to complete a successful revegetation project. You can find it on NACC's Coastal Resources webpage. Your coastal revegetation site plan will include a species list for your site. Use this list to plan your seed collection calendar up to 1 year in advance to ensure that you give yourself plenty of time to collect mature seed for your target species. NACC's Coastal Plant Pocket Guide app includes information on species distribution and seed collection times. Remember that you must have a seed collection permit obtained from the Department of Parks and Wildlife. Contact your local nursery to find out what species they can grow and when they need to be provided with seed. Orders will usually need to be finalised by mid-December. Weed control may be needed for your site. Spraying or slashing will help give your seedlings a fighting chance. Woody perennial weed species can be controlled at most times of the year. Perennial grasses, on the other hand, such as couch, should be sprayed while actively growing in spring or autumn. Annuals, on the other hand, appear after rain, so they will need control just prior to planting. Viewing the site in the previous winter will help to indicate the extent of annual weed infestation likely to occur around your planting time. Before choosing a date, check to make sure there are no other events coinciding with the day of your planned activity so that participant numbers are maximised. To ensure participant safety, develop a risk assessment for your event site. A standardised risk assessment is also included in NACC's revegetation plan. Make sure you check the site for hazards just before the event. Enlist some helpers as site supervisors to help on the day. Allocate specific tasks, such as plant soaking or tree guard installation, to each helper to increase efficiency and prevent doubling up on jobs. Make sure you have a comprehensive list of tools and equipment required for the day. A checklist is included in the NACC revegetation plan. Pre-digging holes may be required, especially for school or youth groups and when the ground is compacted. Again, enlist others to help out. Have everything set out at your site well before everyone arrives. Use coloured flagging to mark boundaries. Make sure your helpers know what equipment they need to complete their allotted task. Plants should be well soaked before planting. Unless significant rainfall is imminent, manual watering in of plants will be required. Try to organise in advance local government staff or volunteer bushfire brigade to assist. Specify a meeting point and ask everyone to sign in on arrival. Welcome everybody and thank them for coming. Showing appreciation throughout the event is good for morale. It's important to recognise traditional owners. It's preferable to organise a welcome to country by a traditional owner well in advance. Alternatively, conduct your own acknowledgement of country. Let people know why the project is important and acknowledge funding sources. Outline the plan for the event, introduce helpers and explain their roles. Split up larger groups into smaller ones to avoid overcrowding. Provide a safety briefing. List hazards and associated risks and demonstrate any manual handling techniques. On your map, point out the emergency muster points, any hazardous areas to avoid, and where to find the toilets. If there are more people than tools available, encourage people to break off into smaller groups and share equipment. Rotating tasks avoids repetitive strain injuries. If possible, plant well away from established weeds to avoid seedlings being smothered. Demonstrate how to dig a hole properly for planting. Loosen soil so roots can establish themselves. If using fertiliser tablets, place them on one side of the hole well away from the plant so that the nutrients can draw the roots downwards into the soil. Show your group how to care for seedlings while planting. A good technique for getting plants out of pots easily is just tapping the top of the pot with the flat of a trowel. Make sure that you hold your pot up off the ground whilst you're doing this. Make a deep bowl for water to drain down to the roots. Bury your coastal plants deep, up to 2/3 of the stem, to prevent the seedlings from drying out or the roots being exposed by wind erosion. Ensure guards are fixed properly so that they don't blow away or collapse on the plant. Once you have finished, place the empty plant pot on top of a guard stake to signify the seedling is ready to be watered. Water each plant with 1 to 2 litres of water and remove the pot so that people know it has been watered. Watering the seedlings as often as possible over the first summer will greatly improve your plant survival. Most importantly, about 30 minutes prior to the completion of your planting, allocate someone to start the barbecue and set up refreshments. When all the plants are in the ground, ask your group to emu parade across the site to check your plants and guards and to pick up any pots or tools or rubbish left behind. And then gather everyone to say thank you. Don't forget to snap a group photo. Feedback forms will help to improve your future events and get quotes for media articles. Now you've worked hard, it's time to celebrate your successful planting day. Make sure people hear about your project. Use social media for recognition after the event. Published media is very useful for future funding applications, and signage will help to let the public know that your area has been revegetated. Monitoring plant success is vital to help understand what worked and what didn't, so that future plantings are more successful. NACC's PhotoMon app is a simple and effective way of monitoring your planting success. Plants are best monitored at the end of winter and the end of summer. If winter doesn't produce enough rain for your plants, they'll require supplementary watering. If pest plants or animals are a problem, make sure you regularly monitor these and control if needed. Take guards off when plants are well established and growing, and preferably before the start of summer winds. Bundle guards and stakes with twine or in bags for easy storage, and bundling in regular numbers helps to count your stakes and guards for reuse for next year. Discard broken stakes and any damaged guards. Thanks for watching our video, and we wish you all the best with your next revegetation project. If you would like further information, please contact the Northern Agricultural Catchments Council.